Hello students, I welcome you all to the online class of Physical Education class 11. So today I am here with new chapter, that is chapter 2. We are going to discuss the chapter 2 of class 11 Physical Education content, that is Olympic Value Education. So first of all, let us see what are the topics that are in this entire chapter that we are going to discuss. First and foremost, we will be discussing about the ancient and the modern Olympics. After that, we will be discussing about various Olympic symbols, Olympic ideals, objectives of modern Olympic Games. Followed by, we will be discussing various values which one inculcates by participating in Olympic Games. Next, we will be discussing about International Olympic Committee. After discussing International Olympic Committee, we will be discussing about Indian Olympic Association in details. So after that, we will be discussing at the end about the National Sports Awards. There are basically three types of National Sports Award in your curriculum, dear students. That is Arjuna Award, Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and Dronacharya Award. So without wasting any time, let's start. So as you see in the first slide, that it states about Olympic movement, that why Olympic movement come into existence. The goal of the Olympic movement is to contribute to building a peaceful and a better world. So these two things are very, very important, that is peaceful and a better world. By educating the youth through games and sports, practiced without discrimination, because dear students, we all are well aware that games and sports is such a type of platform where discrimination has not been given any importance. All the sports persons are fair, are treated fairly in terms of rules and regulations of various games and sports. Next is, or any kind of spirit of friendship, solidarity and fair play. So these are basically the Olympic movements. Moving ahead. So next is, we are going to discuss about the ancient Olympics. Now, since the name, the word ancient is coming. Ancient means the things which would have come into existence long back. So, first of all, as you can see, the ancient Olympic Games started in Olympia Valley. So there can be objective type questions, that where the ancient Olympic Games were used to organized. So Olympic Games started in Olympia Valley in 1776 BC. BC means before the Christ was born. So Hercules and God Jesus, these two are the famous personalities who were associated with ancient Olympic Games. Ancient Olympic Games were held after every 4 years. So there were some sacred rituals. Sacred means very unique rituals during ancient Olympic Games. They were, first of all the competitors were offering prayers in front of God Zeus. Then animal sacrifice. Since we are dealing with ancient Olympic Games, before the start of game, an animal sacrifice used to be done. It was a thought, people used to believe that if before the start of game animal sacrifice is done, God will be very happy and God will bless the citizens of Olympia Valley. So keeping that as a ritual, animal sacrifices were done before the start of ancient Olympic Games. Next was oath and declaration. During ancient Olympic Games, the oath was taken before the statue of God Zeus, and the competitions were declared as open. Next is competitive events. What sort of events, what type of events were organized during ancient Olympic Games? So, running, wrestling, throws, chariot races, horse races were the lead-up events of ancient Olympic Games. So, these ancient Olympic Games were banned by King Theodosius in 394 AD. AD means Anno Domini. Moving ahead. Next is awards. What are the things being consisted in the awards of ancient Olympic Games? The first award is respect and honor that is given to the awardees. Next is food grains and animals. So, during ancient Olympic Games, the awardees, the award winners were given the food grains as well as animals in favor of award. Next is olive leaves crown. So, a crown made of olive leaves were given to the award winners, followed by poems in praise of winners. Certain poems are composed for the winners, for the award winners, and those poems are sung in praise of the various award winners. So dear students, these are the list of awards that were given during ancient Olympic Games. Next is rules for the competitions. Rules for the competitions that were followed during ancient Olympics. So first and foremost, Greeks and the Hellenic race. Since the ancient Olympic Games were held in Olympia Valley, that is why only the Greek persons, because Olympia is in Greece country, so only the citizens of Greece were allowed to participate in ancient Olympic Games. Next is competitors stayed in Olympia for 1 month before. All the citizens of Greece, those who were willing to participate in ancient Olympic Games, they come to the venue. Venue is Olympia Valley. They come 1 month ahead of the competition. Women not allowed to see and participate. Women were not allowed to witness the events as well as to participate. The reason is, during ancient Olympic Games, the competitors were allowed to participate in naked form, because during that time things were not so much civilized. They were not getting the clothes or the type of clothes which we are getting today. So participants were allowed to participate in naked form. That is the only reason why women were not allowed to witness as well as participate in the game. Next is, only amateur players were allowed to participate. Amateur players means those players who were registered under different associations, amateurs within Greece. They were only allowed to participate in ancient Olympics. Next is, savages and convicted persons not allowed. So the savages and the convicted persons, those who were ruled by some other persons, they were not allowed to participate in the ancient Olympic Games. So moving ahead, next we are going to discuss about modern Olympic Games. Baron Penedy Coubertin, the Frenchman, was the founder of modern Olympic Games. The Frenchman Baron Penedy Coubertin was supposed to modify, invent modern Olympic Games. The modern Olympic Games were revived in the year 1896 in Athens. The first modern Olympic Games were conducted in the year 1896 in Athens. 9 countries participated in 1896 Olympic in Athens. Only 9 countries. But you would be very much shocked by knowing that the Olympic that held, the last Olympic that held in Rio in Brazil, 2016, 2007 countries participated. So, in 2016 Rio Olympic, 207 countries participated. See the jump from 9 countries that participated in 1896 after so many years, more than 100 years. See the jump from 9 to 207. Next, there were no Olympic Games in the year 1916 because of World War I, as well as during 1940 and 1944 because of World War II. There was also no conduction of modern Olympic Games. 215 countries participated in 200 2012 Olympics. See the data is in front of you only. One data is during 1896, the first modern Olympic, only 9 countries participated. Whereas in 2012 Olympics, 215 countries were participating. So see the changeover. How different countries are coming forward, motivating their youths to participate in more and more number in games and sports. Moving ahead. Now, before going to another topic, let us first of all discuss some of the differentials on the basis of ancient and modern Olympic Games, which will help you all dear students to have a better understanding. The first and foremost difference is all the Olympic Games which were held before 1896 were considered as ancient Olympic Games, and all the Olympic Games that took place after 1896, they are all considered as modern Olympic Games. In ancient Olympic games were only taking place in the Olympia Valley in Greece, whereas modern Olympic Games used to be organized in various cities of the world. Next, oath used to be taken by the participants, their parents, their brothers, the judges. Everybody used to take oath during ancient Olympic Games, whereas if we compare the oath taking ceremony of modern Olympic Games, the captain or the leader of the host country takes the oath on behalf of all the participants. Next is, married women were not allowed to witness and participate in ancient Olympic Games, whereas if we compare with modern Olympic Games, women started taking part in Olympic Games from 1900 onwards. Next is, ancient Olympic Games were the religious festival being conducted in honor of God Zeus, whereas the modern Olympic Games are an international sports gathering because competitors from various countries participate under modern Olympic Games. Next difference is the sacred fire were kept burning in the temple of God Zeus, whereas if we talk of modern Olympic Games, in modern Olympic Games the Olympic flame is lit in the main stadium and it is kept burning throughout the game. Ancient Olympic Games were conducted for 5 days, whereas modern Olympic Games are conducted for 16 days. During ancient Olympics, only the individual events were conducted Whereas in modern Olympic Games, individual events as well as team sports both used to conduct. That is the only reason for more number of days in modern Olympic Games. Yes, students. Ancient Olympic Games were held to develop the unity among Greece, whereas the modern Olympic Games were organized to foster international understanding and brotherhood. The next difference can be, during ancient Olympic Games, the participants, their parents, the officials, all of them used to participate in the march past, whereas in modern Olympic Games only the participants are allowed to participate in the march past. So moving ahead, as you can see in the next slide is Olympic symbols. So we are going to discuss about various Olympic symbols. So first of all, it is Olympic motto. The motto of Olympic is Citius, Altius, Fortius. Citius means faster, Altius means higher, and Fortius means stronger. Next. The next Olympic symbol which we are going to discuss is Olympic flag. Now the flag of the Olympic was created in the year 1914 and the flag was first hoisted in 1920 in Antwerp, Belgium Olympic. If we see, Olympic flag are of two types. One is Olympic flag, the other one is ceremonial Olympic flag. Olympic flag is made up of white silk with 5 interlocked rings of 5 different colors. These 5 interlocked rings represents the 5 continents. They are showcasing, by interlocking the rings, they are giving the message of friendship, brotherhood, unity among 5 continents. The colors are blue, black, green, red and black. Next is, below the rings, Olympic motto is written, that is Citius, Altius and Fortius. Olympic flag is used for hoisting purpose. So moving on to the next, that is ceremonial Olympic flag. Ceremonial Olympic flag is not used for hosting purpose. This flag is given by the president of IOC, that is International Olympic Committee, during the closing ceremony. The president of IOC used to give the ceremonial Olympic flag to the mayor of the hosting city as a token of memory. This flag remains under the custody of the mayor of the hosting city for 4 years. Ceremonial Olympic flag is also made of white silk. The only difference is, in ceremonial Olympic flag, this flag is bordered by 5 different colors of rings. In ceremonial Olympic flag, rings are not there. Instead of rings, the flag is being bordered with 5 different colors of ring, that is blue, black, green and red and yellow. So, this is all about the Olympic flag. Next, IOC states about the rings. That means, what does IOC states about the rings? The 5 ring represents the 5 continents. They are interlaced to show the universality of Olympism and the meeting of the athletes of the world during Olympic Games. On the Olympic flag, the ring appears on a white background. Combined in this way, the 6 colors of the flag, blue, yellow, black, green and red and white, represents all nations. It is a misconception, therefore, to believe that each of the color corresponds to certain continent. As I told you earlier, that each ring represents each continent. So moving ahead, the next type of Olympic symbol is Olympic flame. But before going to flame, I would like to discuss, students, about Olympic torch. The Olympic torch is lit at the ancient venue of Olympia still today. Every time the Olympic torch is lit at Olympia, first of all, with the help of sun rays, and after the Olympic torch is lit, that torch starts its relay. The Olympic torch travels all the member countries, and after reaching one member country, the torch is being relayed by famous celebrities. It is believed that the country through which the Olympic torch is traveling, it brings peace, prosperity to that very country. And finally, the torch reaches to the venue of modern Olympic. Next, let us discuss about Olympic flame. Olympic flame is lit with the help of Olympic torch. Olympic flame is situated in the main stadium where the opening and the closing ceremony is being conducted. So moving ahead, it is a continuation of Olympic flame only. That relay route, the relay is carried by relay of Olympia to the host city. The relay route of flame inspires and motivates people across the countries. As you can see in the image, students, that with the help of Olympic torch, this is the big one, the big turbine is the Olympic flame. The smaller one is the Olympic torch. With the help of Olympic torch, Olympic flame is being ignited. So next Olympic symbol is Olympic award. The Olympic awards in ancient Olympic games we have already discussed. Now, what are all the awards that are given in modern Olympic games? So as you can see, 3 medals: gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal. Gold medal is given to first winner. The second winner receives silver medal, and the third winner receives bronze medal. Next is Olympic oath. Olympic oath was written by Baron Perry de Coubertin. The oath is taken by the athlete from the host nation while holding the corner of the Olympic flag. The athlete oath was first taken by Belgian fencer Victor Bjorn at 1920 in the Antwerp Olympic Games, which was held in Belgium. Next Olympic symbol is Olympic oath. What is Olympic oath? So Olympic oath is, in the name of all the competitors take their own name and continue by saying that I promise that we shall take part in these Olympic Games, respecting and abiding by the rules that govern them in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and the honor of our teams. So this is the Olympic oath that is taken during the opening ceremony of modern Olympic Games. So moving ahead, next one is Olympic ideal. What is the idea behind modern Olympic Games? So the idea is, the important thing in the Olympics is not to win, but to take part in true sportsman's spirit. Another important thing in life is not to triumph, but to struggle. Everybody cannot win, but everybody can participate with true spirit. And whenever we participate in anything, struggle comes in our way. So moving ahead, dear students, next is objectives of modern Olympic Games. As you can see, I have enlisted some of the objectives. The first objective of modern Olympic game is to generate sense of loyalty, brotherhood and team spirit among the participants. So, modern Olympic game develops loyalty, brotherhood, team spirit among various participants. The second objective is to bring attention of the world community to the values of physical education. Means the values of physical education are being taught to the communities of the world. Next is to bring attention towards competitive sports, to bring the attention of each and every individual towards competitive sports. The next objective is to develop spirit of international understanding and goodwill. So Olympic Games also develop the spirit of international understanding and goodwill. So in continuation of objectives of modern Olympic Games, the next objective tells us to promote amateurism among sports sports person. That means sports persons directly cannot participate in modern Olympics. They need to either be associated with amateurs or different sports federations, different sports associations. Next is to remove the barriers of caste, creed, religion and color. Olympic also have the objective of no discrimination. In modern Olympic Games, all the participants are treated equally. That is, there are no barriers on the basis of caste, color, creed and religion. The last objective tells us that to inculcate the idea that sports is a pastime and not an activity for material gain. That is, to inculcate the idea that sport is a pastime and not an activity of material gain. Sports is not a material. An individual sports person is undergoing training session for years and years. Then he or she get a chance to showcase his skills to compete at Olympics. So, keeping those in mind, ideas need to be inculcated. Experience need to be gained out of participation in big event. Olympic Games is considered to be the highest sporting event in the entire universe. So moving ahead, dear students, next we move on to the values. There are certain values which are learned through participation in Olympic Games. The first value is friendship. So Olympic provides the value of having or developing friendship among various participants, because Olympic gives a platform. Olympic is an umbrella. Under the umbrella, the various participants from various countries are coming together. They're exchanging the traditions, culture, practices. So that helps the athletes to gain friendship. Friendship among various nations are also being developed. Next value is solidarity. So solidarity creates feeling of brotherhood among citizens of all nations with the help of games and sports. The feeling of brotherhood, unity among all the participants and their country is being developed. In continuation to the previous slide, the next value that is inculcated through Olympic is fair play. I told you earlier that in Olympic Games, all the participants are treated equally. There is no biasness being made. Rules and regulations apply to all, similar rules and regulations. Check on performance enhancing substance. All the participants are treated equally. Next and the last value is free of discrimination. So that means Olympics are free from discrimination. There is no such barrier of caste, color, creed, religion. So with this, I come to the end of today's discussion. I hope, dear students, you all have understood the topics which were discussed today. Today we started our discussion with chapter 2, that is Olympic Value Education. We discussed about ancient and modern Olympics, followed by Olympic symbols. Under symbols we discussed the Olympic flag, the Olympic motto, then we discussed the Olympic torch and the Olympic flame. After that we discussed the objectives of modern Olympic Games, followed by the values and the ideals of modern Olympic Games. So thank you all of you. If you still have some doubt, you can approach me personally. Stay safe. God bless us all. Thank you all of you.